Oh, yeah, this husband, I think, is just under the theory that, look, guys and women, they just can't be friends. So the fact that his wife has a guy friend at work, he doesn't trust it.
Yep, exactly that. It's her coworker, and they've become really friendly as of late, and so she doesn't know what she should do because the husband has said to her, listen, I know you think he's just a friend, but if you actually gave him the opportunity to sleep with you, he would jump on it in a second. And so now she feels uncomfortable, but she also doesn't believe it. So her plan, in order to figure out if it's true, is to actually set the guy up by going to work and saying that she had a bad day, she doesn't want to go home, she needs somebody to talk to, and she wants to go out with him to get drinks, and she feels like she'll be able to determine by his behavior when they get those drinks if he actually would come on to her. And if he does, then she feels like she needs to distance himself. But if he doesn't, then she feels like she'd be comfortable remaining friends with him.
Okay, I have not read this email and seen the update. You want to take some predictions on what happened here?
If the whole thing felt so dirty from the get-go. I am going to hope, I'm going to hope, beyond hope, that he didn't make a move, that he was an upstanding citizen, coworker, and friend, and that she did all this for naught.
While I love me a little bit of hope.
Go ahead and poo-poo all over it.
I really do. I hope that it went that way, too. I do. But if I'm putting money on it, I am willing to bet if she set it up in a way where he realized that she was throwing him an opportunity, he jumped on it. No hesitation.
Yeah, I'm going to say the chancer. I would bet on dudes being pigs over being gentlemen any day.
Any day of the week.
All right, Abby's got the email update.
Yes, I did go through with it. On Friday, I saw my coworker and asked him out for drinks after work. I said something about how I was having a crappy day and wasn't looking forward to going home alone. I think I made it pretty clear that I was hoping he'd offer to keep me company. He was polite, but he declined, saying he was busy that night. I should have been relieved that my husband's theory was wrong, but instead, I was surprised by my own reaction. I found myself feeling a strange mixture of disappointment and relief.
How could he not come on to me?
What do you mean, nerve?
How can he not drop everything, cancel all his plans to be with me?
The nerve!
I know it sounds immature, but I couldn't help feeling a little flattered at the idea that my coworker might be attracted to me. It's been a long time since I felt that kind of attention from someone outside of my marriage, but at the same time, I felt guilty for even entertaining the thought. Of course, I wanted full transparency with my husband. When I told my husband about my mixed feelings, he got angry with me.
You think?
He couldn't understand why I would be disappointed that nothing happened.
Okay, again, 100% honesty in your relationships, about 2 percentage points too high. She didn't have to add all that.
No, she didn't. And also, not only are you telling your husband he's wrong, because he said, oh, given the chance, he would hook up with you in a heartbeat, and he didn't. So you told your husband he was wrong, and then you told your husband, oh yeah, by the way, I was disappointed that he didn't want to do it with me.
I kind of get where she's coming from. Like, I think inside every woman, there's something called Cinderella syndrome, where like any bar, restaurant, or like office you walk into, like you want everyone to think you're like some beautiful princess. And this guy basically just said, more of a fraud.
I don't disagree with your theory. I just disagree with the concept of telling your husband exactly how you are feeling about it. That did no good whatsoever.
Because anybody's going to be a little hurt after rejection, period, no matter who it is, even if she was setting him up and this was all for show, right? And you got rejected, so your ego is going to be a little hurt and you might feel a certain way about it. But it doesn't mean you need to tell your husband.
I'm setting myself up for a bad marriage one day, I guess. So the rest of the email says, but I think it's just one of those situations where you can't really control how you feel. I never imagined that this little experiment would have such an impact on me, but I guess it just goes to show how complex our emotions can be. I'm still processing everything, and I'm not sure what conclusions to draw from all this. For now, I think I'll just focus on my marriage, hopefully.
That's a good idea.
That's a good place to start. And keep my friendship completely professional, regardless of how my coworker does or does not feel about me.
All right, 2 things here. She says you can't really control how you feel. That is true. but you can control what you tell your husband. That's the first thing. And the second thing is here, I'm just nervous that she's going to be like so disappointed and so competitive that he wasn't attracted to her.
Yep.
That now the dynamic has changed and she's going to try to get his attention.
I think so too. I think that's exactly what's going to. That's why a lot of older men will tell you when you're younger, like if you really are attracted to a woman and you want to get her attention, don't pay her any mind.
Right.
Like, don't give her the attention, because sometime this happens and now it will become like, oh, you don't like me. Well, let's fix that.
Right. Sometimes honesty is not the best policy. There's 2 percentage points there. Too much honesty.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcast.